Today I'm going to show you how to make a juicy, bacon-wrapped Italian meatloaf. In Italy, they call it a polpettone, which is pretty much just like a big meatball, but this is even better. It's wrapped in bacon. And it's perfect for a family dinner, a holiday, a party. I mean, you could really choose to live your life like a holiday and make this on a Tuesday because it's easy and it's really good. So let's put it together. The first thing we're going to do here is we have our meat, and I have 85% lean beef, and we're going to go in with some lean pork. I have a pound of beef and a half a pound of pork. And you could really use any mix of meats you like. You could do beef, pork, veal, beef and veal, all beef, sausage, but this really works well together, and since we're using bacon, I feel like it complements the mix of meats we're using here. So we have our meat in the bowl. Next thing is the bread. So I have some bread here, which I pretty much gutted. And if you have old stale bread, you could use stale bread for this, but this is just fresh bread. We're gonna add in some milk so that we could rehydrate the bread. We're just gonna press down in here to allow the bread to absorb all the milk. And once the bread absorbs all the milk, we're gonna squeeze out the milk. So this is like a great way to kind of stretch your meatloaf. You add the bread, it makes a bigger meatloaf. And then also it keeps it tender. So definitely squeeze out as much milk as possible and then add it to the bowl. So now we're gonna go in with a cup of Parmigiano, and you could use Pecorino if you like, but Parmigiano really works well with the flavors in this. So we got the cheese in. Now we're gonna grate some fresh garlic, 1 clove, and if you like garlic, you can go in with another clove, but 1 clove gives a nice little subtle garlic flavor in this, which is nice, and we'll get that in there. And another flavor component to this meatloaf is nutmeg, which really complements the Parmigiano cheese. So I would say if you're going to use this cheese, definitely add in some nutmeg. It's a really nice touch, especially like when someone's eating the meatloaf and they taste that little flavor that they don't really know what it is, and it's the nutmeg. So we got a little dash of nutmeg in here. So now we're going to go in with a little salt, pepper, some fresh parsley, and 1 egg. And now it's the fun part. Just got to mix it up. You definitely want to get your hands in here, get your hands dirty, mix it, squeeze it, allow all these flavors to come together. Otherwise, you'll have pockets of cheese, pockets of bread. You want everybody to really just like become friends in here. So eventually you'll see that the color turns pink and everything is nice and mixed. So this looks pretty good. So we'll set it aside. So we got a piece of parchment paper, and now we're gonna roll it up. So we're gonna add the meat right to the center, and you wanna try to give it its shape in the center here, just like that. And then the parchment paper really comes in play where you could roll it up, and it'll give you a perfectly shaped meatloaf so that it cooks evenly, right? You don't want the center to be too thick. So we want a perfectly even meatloaf here. Once you get on the sides, you can squeeze kind of like a candy, and this will compact the meat. I'm gonna put this right here. It's gonna be my guide for the bacon. And I'm using uncured pork belly, and you could use regular bacon if you want, but this one doesn't have that smoky flavor and it's more natural. So we're gonna start putting layers here, and we're just gonna kind of use the loaf as our guide for how much bacon we need. And you kind of want to overlap the bacon as you go. So as you can see here, we covered the whole meatloaf, and now we're gonna work the corners or the sides. So we're gonna have these pieces flap over. So what we need to do now is take the meatloaf out of the parchment paper, and we're gonna put it right in the center so that we can roll it up with the bacon. And you can see here, it's really looking like a holiday. So first thing we're gonna do here is roll the sides up, and then we'll do the other sides. And this is actually gonna be our bottom. We're gonna flip this over, and you can see that the top should be nice and straight. There we go. So the last thing we're gonna do here is toss this in flour. This is gonna give a nice crust, and then we'll pop it in the oven. Usually I say pop this in the oven for about an hour, but thanks to today's sponsor, the Typhur Doneness Control Oven, we don't have to guess when it'll be ready. It has a built-in wireless thermometer that tracks the temperature in real time and then stops when the target doneness is reached. It has 5 sensors which help cook beef, fish, pork, lamb, poultry, and then you could choose from rare to well done depending on what you're cooking. So it takes the guesswork out of cooking. And then using the app, you can monitor the cook time, and you can also adjust the temperatures while it's cooking. And a lot of times you can have the perfect recipe, but then mess up the cook. But with the technology in this oven, it's only been 30 minutes, and it's already at 127 degrees. And once it hits temperature, you can see here that we have a perfectly cooked, juicy meatloaf. And the Typhur doneness control oven is also great for baking crispy potatoes, or pretty much anything you want to bake. It circulates the heat quick and evenly, and you get meals on the table faster, which is great for during the week. And if you're like me, you're always looking for a healthy alternative to frying. And with this eggplant, instead of frying it, we can air fry it in here. And it really has a large capacity, so you can make a lot to feed a family. And it's awesome that you can switch through the different modes of the functionality of the oven. So if you're looking to add a versatile piece to your kitchen, they're running a limited time offer from June 18th to June 26th for their lowest price of the year. So check the link in the description and use code Giovanni before the deal ends. So our meatloaf's ready. It cooked for about 45-50 minutes, and it just came out perfect. You could see this crispy crust on here. And I know you probably want to cut right into this, but we have to let this sit for about 10 minutes just to let all the juice stay inside. If we cut into it right away, all the juice is just going to come right out. So we're going to let this sit. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a serving platter over here, and we'll let this sit there for about 10 minutes, and then we'll cut into it. So it's been about 10 minutes. We're ready to cut into this. So the first thing we're going to do here is cut off the end, and you could give the end piece to someone you don't like, or you know what? It's funny. There's some people that actually really like the end. Like my mother, she always goes for the end piece, and we're just going to work our way here and just cut up the whole meatloaf. And you can see here that you really have this nice crispy crust from the pancetta, the bacon. I mean, and then on the bottom, you really have to push the knife down on the bottom to really cut through because it's crispy down there too. And it just came out so perfect. And if I pick a piece up, I could show you that literally all the juice stayed inside the meatloaf by letting it sit and cooking it at the perfect doneness. We really cooked the perfect meatloaf. And we'll put this on a plate. And I can really show you how fork tender this meatloaf is. Wow. It's so good. You know, and a lot of people like to stuff these meatloafs, but you really don't have to stuff this with anything. There's so much flavor in the meat that honestly, you don't have to stuff it. So, I mean, you could, but don't. Make it this way. Make this recipe. It's really good. It's tender. It's just got so much flavor. And this is really the meatloaf that you really want to put out at the center for like a party or a family get together. Or like I said in the beginning of the video, you know, dinner on a Tuesday. It's really not a hard recipe. You could definitely make this during the week. It's really good. And if you like this meatloaf, I also have another meatloaf linked right here. That one's pretty good. You should check that out. And let me know how you like my meatloafs. Don't forget to hit the bell, like, and subscribe.